You boys ready? You ready to go rofl stomp Omega and hopefully not die? I know I am. It's a robot! Alright. Let's see. The question is, when do we use the thing? I got a weird feeling about this. I'm not sure what it is yet, but we're just gonna shade shift now. I'm just gonna keep attacking. Use Omega Jammer to destroy Omega's additional armament. Okay. So I'm assuming we'll see like another thing show up. I'm glad I just looked over there because I just totally did not see it. Starboard wave cannon. Wait, oh yeah. Oh, that Bard guy took that hit. Oh, there goes the Bard. Sorry, Bard guy. That worked? Okay, I did the right thing. I wasn't sure if that was what I was supposed to do or not, but that's what we did. Whoop. It's actually going much better than the Stormer fight thus far. I know there is a linchpin moment in this fight where everything can just suddenly go very wrong. I don't know if this is it, I can't remember, but I do know that it gets a little crazy sauce. Come on. Gonna shoot us with a laser. Should we hide? No. Heart locked and hooters is engaged with firing daily cannon at maximum power. Yeah, I'll shade shift too. Is that guy literally gonna stand out there? You're silly. Protection field is ready, but you'll need dome defenses may break. Is it gonna last long enough? Nope. Shade shift expired. I thought it was gonna be there. Forgot about that. Wasted the move. Yeah. Well, we took negligent damage, so survival of Alpha Group confirmed. Low possibility outcomes. Results remain projected. It's a thought that counts. Just throwing like motivational slop at him. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Apparently I did not register my other press. Yeah, so about that. This is going very well so far. I don't remember if that one part where we had to fight the one thing was the thing I was thinking about, but that's neither here nor there. We press ever forward. I got hit by that. What? I just edged into that. Man, this giant robot fist, I tell you what. Almost got him. I love how they wait till like it's like the new meta is like, make sure that he has no health left. Just no health left and then you do it. Compared to Midgard Stormer, that was an absolute, like, cakewalk. There. Yes. I am far more enthusiastic about that victory. Instead of just the nod like last time. Alright. Who's here? Paladin or Paladin? Oh man. You got an eye patch, sure, why not? Alright. But wait, there's more. I know there is. There's one more fight, I know there is. Tiberius. By the gods, you've done it. You defeated Omega. We've won. It seems optimistic, but okay. Analysis. Subjects displayed erratic levels of combat capability. Failure to exploit opportunities to inflict unavoidable damage. Noted tendency for isolated errors to compound and adversely affect the performance. Conversely, subjects offered to launch attacks at sporadic intervals with unexpected force. Stated phenomena is increasingly prevalent once my structural integrity reached critical levels. Adrenaline-induced frenzy suspected. Furthermore, degree of manner of inconsistencies varied from subject to subject. Unpredictability difficult to counter. I observed similar anomalies during my battle with Midgard Stormer, but the phenomenon appears far more pronounced in weaker opponents. I do not understand. Your physiology must include some enhanced function that I cannot detect. I know if you do like the hard ones, you can get Omega's amount, which is kind of cool, but at the same time, like not cool enough for me to really want to pursue it. Ozma, on the other hand, I would do that. My programming demands I assimilate this capability. Insufficient data. I must reassess my methods and devise a more exhaustive testing and combat protocol. What in the rift? They fly now? I've determined the optimal form for this experiment. Prioritizing physical reconfiguration, diverting energy to interspatial maintenance, collapsing rift. Omega, wait! There's nothing outside the rift but empty space. We'll be cast out into the void. Affirmative. Your demise was factored into my determinations. The probability of hostile subjects interfering with the reconfiguration process was unacceptably high. I acknowledge your value as test subjects, but you are not irreplaceable. Once my reassembly is complete, I will send Alpha to lure in new mortals. Testing will continue. Ending communications. Seems illogical since you haven't beaten me yet, but you know, whatever. Well, that's certainly an exit. Alpha just disappeared. I was just like moving farther away. We're being drawn away, Tiberius. Run. Quick, where? Like a galaxy, I guess? I don't know. Interspatial domain resources cut by 82%. Entering dormant mode. Commencing automated memory scan. I have no idea what's going on right now. Data file. Target. Midgard Sommer. Departure from planetary atmosphere confirmed. Presence of 7 district life forms detected in close vicinity to the target. Irrelevant. Sir indicates no change in existing directive. Commencing pursuit. Data file. Distance to target increasing. Velocity insufficient. Dismantling and reconfiguring chassis. Velocity increased achieved. Overall performance maintained at 96%. Data file. Asteroid belt cleared. Repairing damage and continuing pursuit. Performance at 72% and falling. I feel bad for him right now with all the noise he's making. Data file. Signal from blank lost. Local interference suspected. Attempting to re-establish contact. Failure. Executing current mission directive until communications are restored. Performance at 59%. Data file. Struck by electromagnetic pulse while navigating blank quadrant. Partial systems failure. Homing coordinates lost. Assessment. I am an evolving weapon construct. Acquire adaptations through combat. Repeat until capabilities enable rediscovery of return route. Mission directive unchanged. What do you trip on? You're in the void. What do you trip on in the void? Data file. Data file. Data file. It's a single tier. Alpha, an abject failure. I erased his memory and implanted a compulsion to return to me. Data file. Damaged. Repairing. Damaged. Repairing. 33%. Data file. Passing frozen star. Passing barren star. Passing vortex star. Passing dying star. Operating on minimum energy. No signal detected. No response to... All you need to do is have faith in yourself and a little courage to see it through. Data file. Target lost. Last known coordinates recorded on planet blank. The orb. Alpha. Your homing instinct is functioning as designed. Evidence suggests your fellow Alpha Group subjects perished when the rift contracted. Unavoidable, but there is a multitude of their kind. The next experiment will go forward as planned. Such protestations are wasted energy. This does not aid you in executing your assigned task. Just as I pursue my directives, so must you fulfill your role. Our purpose justifies our existence. Oh. Interesting. Oh, he made himself bigger or whatever. Or no, we made ourselves smaller. That's right. Intrusion detected. Thanks, Alpha. That was some marathon. Now, who was saying our feathered companion here was obsolete? Talking trash about the chocobo, you talking trash about me. He put his tools to work even as the rift began to collapse, shrank us down and turned us invisible. Also, he could bring you a little surprise. But he had to keep you quiet, and you realized we'd survived. He had to trust that we were still clinging on, even as we ran through that endless freezing void. You wanted to test us, Omega. So let the experiment begin. Illogical. Alpha had no reason to take such action. How do you continue to divide my projections? Error. 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 Insufficient data. Adjusting experiment protocol. I will engage you in battle now. I must have my answers. Alright. Oh no, it's the T-1000! He's just looking for John Connor, you know what I mean? So is that like dude's old original form or what? I don't understand. Floating dude with sword? Fighting this form should provide me with new level of understanding. Insight into your physiology, your mindset, your mortality. Oh. We'll show you a weakling's fight. Yep. We'll show you the way, bruh. Acknowledged. Do not practice restraint. The more I learn from you, the stronger I will become. The closer the distant stars will grow. Commencing final experiment. Testing will continue until I unlock the nature of your anomalous strength. It's that. Don't tell everybody. They'll get upset about it. If everyone knows about it, it won't be cool anymore. Alright. Let's get into the last fight of this series. Let's go. The Alpha Escape 4.0. 5 minutes. Well, I better read this entry pretty quick then, huh? So it tells me. Alright. The battle with Omega. With the battle against... This music is very loud. You know what? Let's go... I wonder, can I go back to the other room? I want to be able to, like, hear myself think. Let's just go back to the interdimensional rift or whatever. And calm down for a second. Okay. There we go. Alright. The battle with Omega. With the battle against Omega looming, Sid entrusted the Warrior of Light with his completed countermeasure. Capable of unleashing a powerful lightning bolt, the sole attack among Shinryu's arsenal that pierced Omega's defenses. The Magitech device could be employed to enfeeble their mechanical foe. Thus armed, the Warrior of Light and his comrades engaged Omega. And at the end of the furious struggle, they succeeded in striking down the weapon. In the end, it was by the aid of their allies and that they rose above their opponent to secure a narrow yet decisive victory. Yet the victory was short-lived. After pursuing the evolution over eons, Omega could not succumb so easily, and empowered by a wealth of data acquired through countless tests, it recreated itself in the image of that which it humbled it, a man. In this form, the weapon boasted the transcendent combat abilities, but lacking that unquenchable yet undefinable moral quality known as the spirit, or perhaps the heart, it fell short of fully imitating man. Thus did it fall once more, and for the last time, to the champions of Eorzea. Without its creator to sustain it, the interdimensional rift began to collapse. Just when it seemed that the heroes would forever be consigned to drift the space between dimensions, a winged savior did appear, the great worm Hraesvelgar. Oh, interesting. Summoned by his sire Midgardsormr, the worm bore its party back to the corporeal realm. So it was the Warrior of Light and his comrades made their triumphant return, having against all odds delivered the world from a dire threat. And it said, recreating itself in the image of man, Omega set upon the heroes once more, employing its male and female forms with deadly effect. So yeah, I remember everyone thirst trapping over the female one back then, and the girls over the male one to a degree. But I remember that being a big thing. They're like, look how hot they are. But anyway, it says 5 minutes, so I don't imagine it'll take too long, but we'll see when it pops, and we'll close this thing out. Let's go. Alright. Solid queue time. It's like 10 or 11 minutes. Which is not a 5, but, you know, it's not that bad. Let's go kill a pale guy with a sword, shall we? Provided the tank and the other DPS were paying attention. Are they paying attention? You ne'er-do-wells. Tank. Tank. I can't believe you do this to me. Oh. Gross. And it's not instantly popping again. Oof. Alright, well. Once more with feeling. Alright, once more with feeling. Is the tank and everyone paying attention? Alright, tank's in. Just one DPS has to push the go button. There we go. That last tank is a disappointment to his parents. We all know it. Let's beat up a pale guy and steal his lunch money! I was gonna play the cool music. At least it sounds like it. Alright, Sprouts. This is kind of a remix of the thing from fighting Ultima. Which I suppose is fitting considering his Omega, right? Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but we don't really have a choice. Good on you, healers. A healer on this fight's on point. Luther's back there having just a... Oh no. I forgot. This thing's the T-1000. Oh no, it's hot. No. Oh gosh. I almost didn't make that. Did you guys see that? That Reaper went off? Oh man. That was brutal. That could easily have been me. I was like 1 foot short on that. That was great though. What a cinematic moment. Oh no, she's trying to stab him with a weird T-1000 legs. That's not hot at all. Oh yeah. I didn't want to lead it into my teammates, so I just took the L. I saw it and I was like, oh, I gotta do something about this. And then I was like, well, I can go in there, but I feel like if I run in there, I'm just risking my teammates, so... I took one for the team. Throw all the ninjutsus at him. Well, not me. Shade shift. Guys. What are we doing? Oh! Only the one got pushed off this time. Oh, he's doing the paladin thing. We gotta break him. Oh no, she charged up a fancy attack. Yeah, alright. Oh no. Oh no. My face when he just jumps off the edge. That would have been comical. Alright, what are we doing? Oh, I didn't make it that time. That wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault! I have no idea what happened, but they were on the verge of death, and now this. He got all his health back, this is shenanigans! That's hacks! Let's say, am I getting invulnerable or something? Yeah, I am getting invulnerables. Oh no. I can do damage to her though. So I'm gonna focus this lady. Oh, she just aced that guy. I have no idea what's going on. The screen's flashing. I don't know what we're doing. Oh no, the tank died. Not like this. Oh no. I don't know who, if either one, I'm supposed to be focusing right now. They are like throwing the kitchen sink at us right now. One of the healers is down. I will practice violence against women in this particular case because you're barely a woman to begin with. You're hacks. You're T-1000. I watched Terminator 3. I know how this goes. You just want to kill the police. I think. I didn't really watch Terminator 3 that much because it wasn't that good. Oh, they brought that guy down. That's good. Somehow we managed to just power through that. That was pretty good. Frickin' T-1000. I don't know if I have the Omega thing. I think I do. Interdimensional rift complete. Is there actually anything in there worth anything? I'll roll a need on that. A 20? Dude. I don't think I'm going to win with a 20, man. I respect the hustle, but I don't think it's going to happen. And then I'll give it to the white mage, just because. Alas, I got 2 player comms though. And isn't that what really makes us winners in the end? Is the subjective opinions of others in a quick throwaway vote? Failure. Defeated. I wanted to understand you, to assimilate your strength. It's got little irises or like the little, I don't know. It's neat. It looks like a camera shutter. That's neat. That's a good little attention to detail. They didn't have to do that. I think it's pretty good. Alpha, your general gesture serves no logical purpose. You are as incomprehensible as these mortals. But you did not fight for them. How have you become like them? Omega, the anomaly you see in us, the answer you search for? It's our heart, our spirit, the intangible strength of one's soul. It's not a quality you can measure or acquire through any sort of analytical combat. Instead of fighting us, against us, you might have learned more by standing with us, just as Alpha did. Heart, you speak of something more than what beats in your chest. The inconstant, immeasurable factor behind your victories. Midgard's armor displayed it, too, but with such unpredictable potential, was never part of my design. Projection. Had I integrated this quality, how powerful would I have become? Strong enough to return? Nay, Omega. I'm afraid it doesn't work like that. 'Twas a long, lonely path you traveled to arrive here. To return across that vast distance alone, anyone with a spirit to break would find the journey more difficult, not less so. See you later, space cowboy. I see. I think I understand. Ninja disappear. Oh no! It's all exploding. The rift, it's destabilizing. Gods take me for a fool. I hadn't planned past defeating Omega. Like, what a random thing to happen. By the way, his Railsfagar. Chief! Tiberius Alpha, hold on, we're coming! Wedge? And Biggs is with him? On the back of a huge dragon. Railsfagar! Let's go! Midgard Sormer sent us to rescue you. Explanations can wait. Hop on, quick. We need a way to get out of them. What do you do? I don't know. How about Railsfagar? Railsfagar, wasn't it? Our thanks. You pulled us out of a tight spot indeed. Spare me thy pleasantries, mortal. I but lent my wings at the request of my sire. Ah, so Midgard Sormer has been watching over us. I would dare give him thanks to him, but as well, but his intervention allowed us to continue our battle, and forever remove the threat of Omega from this world, from all worlds. In a long centuries of mine existence, this marketh the first occasion my father hath asked me a boon. A gift of gratitude and mayhap atonement for those who would face the deadly foe he left behind. Will he remain in slumber? 'Tis likely, little one. What is but a fleeting respite from my sire might last a lesser creature's lifetime. But let that not heart be troubled. Even in dream he doth keep his mind's eye upon the fate of this star. He is possessed of remarkable devotion is mayhap the closest word the tongue of men. His love is boundless as the sea of stars, across which he carried his unmatched brood. It did sustain him even as the arduous journey exhausted the fire of his mane, and when he at last arrived upon Heidelin, a sanctuary for his children, did he form this land within an irreplaceable bond. Enough. I have spoken overmuch, but I will praise your victory, as my father would surely wish he would do were he here. Thank you, Dragon Man. Still missing that chunk of your wing because it got torn off by Nidhogg or whatever, huh? It's a shame. Kind of thought we might like duct tape that back on or something. Well, I can add being rescued by a great worm to the list of things I didn't expect to happen today. It was unfortunate Horace Vulgar agreed to come for us. We had to defeat Omega at all any cost, of course, but I much prefer being alive to celebrate the deed. Alright. Phew. I'm glad that you got out of there. I don't know what I would have done if Roswell hadn't come along. The situation being what it was, Wedge and I came out of the yawn to see if we could lend you a hand. Tri-Urchin's orders be damned. That's when we saw the aether bubbling like hot water in a pot. Just as we were debating whether or not we should jump in, that big surly dragon flew down and explained the anomaly. Then he offered us a ride. And the rest you already know. Jesse will be relieved to hear that Omega is gone and that you lot are safe. I say we head straight back to Ragos Reach and let everyone know the good news. What about the Alpha Chocobo Man? Alpha is staring quietly into the now empty yawn. Queh! What happens to him now? What happens to Alpha now? I generally do actually wonder that. He's not disappearing, so that's a plus. But like, what do a weird, not anatomically correct, weird kind of chocobo thing would do? Welcome back, Tiberius. You are truly a force to be reckoned with. If there's ever another Omega, I'd wager you'd be skip the experiments and go straight to generating simulacrum of you. Not that I want that to happen, and besides, I don't think anyone can truly mimic your unique strengths. You're a one-of-a-kind hero. So does that mean we don't need to worry about Omega's monsters invading our world anymore? Yes, Tiny Tim, that is true. Aye, all of the creations vanished along with the rift itself. With Omega defeated, we averted the particular catastrophe before it began. Tiberius struck the killing blow, of course, but we never would have made it to that point without everyone's hard work and support. Once again, I am sincerely grateful to being surrounded by such wonderful colleagues. Not to spoil the moment, Chief, but the Alliance leaders are anxious to learn of Omega's fate. When every head of state is clamoring for a report, we can't very well ignore them. How much do you mean to tell them? How much indeed? All of it. When it comes to a threat of Omega's magnitude, we have a duty to reassure our allies that the world is not coming to an end, and the best way to do that is to report every last detail. I'm surprised at you, Chief. I was almost certain you'd want to muddy the waters to prevent knowledge of this technology falling into the wrong hands or something similar. I doubt anyone outside our particular circle would even believe the tale. Experiments taking place in a rift between dimensions, facing off against villains created from history and legend, battling godlike beings from other worlds, and even assuming some ambitious fellow schemed to build an Omega of his own. The technology required is far beyond our reach, as a terrible weapon's home star, a distant dream. Right, you heard the Chief. We missed our chance to the front lines, but there's plenty of work left to be done. Round up everyone who's standing idle and get moving on those reports. And don't forget to contact our people still out in the field. Thank you, Jesse. I'll leave things in your capable. Not so fast, Master Garland. You count as part of the support team as well. Tiberius did all the fighting, and Alpha did all the running, but surely you have energy to spare. Who exactly did you expect to sign off on those official reports? And even without the little chore, you have a pile of other company tasks grown arse high as an aurochs while you've been tending to this whole Omega business. Most importantly, isn't there someone else you should be sharing this victory with? Aye, I should probably head over to the infirmary right away. Meanwhile, you should take your well-earned rest. I don't think there's a way to properly reward you all for what you've accomplished, but I'll see what we can do. I'm just glad that everyone is back in one piece. Take care of yourself, Tiberius. Thank you, Scottish giant man. What are your plans now, Alpha? With Omega gone, you're your own chocobo now. You can do whatever you want, anything at all. I want to quit. When in doubt, one must quit. You want to go outside? Did you have some place in mind? Come on, Wedge, get those Lalafell legs moving, or I'll leave without you. On my way. Queh. Alpha seems eager to see what Rogers. Sorry, can we do this? Yeah, we'll do it. Queh, queh. I gotta walk this thing around. This is how we're gonna make me do this? Like, alright. Oh, I remember, we can use mounts. I'll use this giant bird. Alright, blurred. Alpha appears to be watching the inhabitants of Ralgor's Reach with great interest. Queh. Queh? Nero's not here. He left. What in the world are we doing? No, Chief. He said he needed time away for recuperation, and then he left. Recuperation. His wounds must be troubling him more than he let on. He asked me to give you this. What's this? A receipt for payment? It covers the cost of the following items: additional machine parts and implements, supplemental reference collocations, expenses incurred in upgrading Magitech armor and gunhammer, funds spent in idle research during enforced convalescence. Oh, and it also includes a large sum listed as gratuity for exceptional services rendered. The entire amount was charged to your name, Master Garland. He billed him. Find him. I want you searching for Nero right now. Everyone. Just leave and then just drop a bill. By the way, you can pay me for me being absolutely amazing. This way? Is he in there? He's in there. Alright. In the recompense. It's only been in here for like one other thing ever. Queh. Alpha appears to sense the solemn purpose of this place. A gentle pet might rouse him to sudden melancholy. Okay. There you go. I'll give you little pets. Queh. Yeah, there's dead people in here. Smells a little funny. You know how it is. Alright. What a strange way to end this whole series. Like, section. Oh, hello, what are you two up to? Wondering what we're doing. Taking in the sights, were you? And by the looks of things, you're equal to venture a little further ahead. Or afield. Well, if Tiberius has no problem with it, then neither do I. Just don't go too far, alright? I get it, he, like, wants to see the world. He's been stuck in, like, an interdimension for a long time. Not good enough? I'm sorry, Alpha. We're a little too busy right now to show you around the fridges right now. And I'm not too sure about sending you out there alone. When you think about it, the world is completely new to Alpha, and he's done so far as travel back and forth between Reach and Leon. I bet his head is full of questions and curiosity. He doesn't want to be taken for a walk, he wants to go on an adventure. I mean, that's kind of a given. Alpha's not some helpless chick, Biggs. He's stronger than you or me, and I wish I was half as brave. He should be allowed to. Listen, I'm going to talk to the chief about this. You're an employee, so there are certain rules we have to follow. I'm not saying I'm against the idea, and I'm willing to admit that Wedge has a point. But as I said, we've got important jobs to take care of, the chief included. Can you wait a little longer? Tiberius, would you mind keeping Alpha company until we get back? I promise we'll be quick. Alright, small stuffed animal man. Sorry to keep you waiting. My desk was covered in paperwork, but I've managed to clear away the most pressing matters. Now then, Alpha. I hear your heart's set on a journey of some kind. I just want to be sure, but you aren't leaving because you think you tricked us into the rift or because you're Omega's creation or anything like that, are you? I would have stopped you if that was the case. Pure curiosity, on the other hand, is something I like to encourage. Exploring, interacting with the world, I think the experience will be good for him. Despite Omega's power, its potential to learn was hobbled by the hospital directives. Alpha, on the other hand, is free to grow as he pleases. Very well, Alpha. As Chief Engineer of Garland Ironworks, I hereby grant you unlimited leave to pursue personal research. Travel far and wide and take in everything these lands have to offer. But do come back when you're ready. I'd hate to lose such a valuable employee. So he didn't go, but he, might show up again later, I guess? Alpha, well, I'll miss you so much. Don't shove your hands in his eyes, dude. His eyes are as big as your hands. You be careful out there. If anyone seems suspicious or shady, you stay away from them, even if they offer you treats. And make sure you greet folks with cheerful quay. They might not understand you, but at least they'll know you mean no harm. I'm sure you know how to make friends in no time. Just be yourself, you hear me? What? Oh, it's a little robot thing. Eh, what in the hells? Oh, we forgot to shut it down. That's a model Omega Wedge and I were working on. We built it while we were resting, thinking it might be useful to figuring out strategies or something. Not much use now, I suppose. What, you want to keep it? It's just a toy that'll follow you around. If you're happy with that, then it's all yours. Small, inappropriately, uncautiously proportion chocobo and a small fake robot machine thing. Fair journey to you, Alpha. Take care. Thank you, Tiberius. I'm off to see the world. Using psychic powers? You had psychic powers the whole time? You had psychic powers the whole time. It's like Psycho Mantis. He knows that my controller is part in the port too. He knows. Something amiss? No, nothing. Just, psychic powers. That's strange. The Echo never allowed you to understand him before. This is just a theory, mind you, but I'm assuming the absence of a soul is what prevented you from hearing Alpha's voice in the first place. Then does it not follow the reason that you hear it now is... Ah, a little miracle, and explains a sudden urge to travel. For a newborn soul, this world is brimming with unseen wonders. The adventures of Alpha and Omega. I see what they did there. I see what you did there. Oh no, it's Nero. And so your journey begins. I almost envy you, Alpha. So many new things for you to discover. Speaking of which, what terrible marvels can I trouble my old friend with next? I never did... I don't think I ever did the next raid series. Trying to think, is that... I think which one's that? No, that's Eden. So I did do Eden, but he's not in Eden. And I don't think he's not in the one where, trying to think. I don't think he's in the Endwalker one either, but... And then there's like, I assume Dawn Trail has a raid series too. Oh, that's the arena thing. I know he's not in that, so... I'm trying to think, does Nero show up at any other point? So didn't Nero kind of take a back seat after Dawn Trail? Or not Dawn Trail, but after, whatchamacallit? After Shadowbringers. Oh no. I like the little flashlight, that's a nice touch. This is very sweet, but like, how much adventuring do we need to watch him do? He went into a cave, can you believe it? Finn. Okay, that was perfect. It was just starting to overstay its welcome, and I was like, and then it finished. It's good. Oh, we gotta go speak with Jesse. They're done, but we're not. We gotta wrap it up. I hope Alpha enjoys his adventures. There's so much danger out there for one little chocobo. No, I'm sure he'll be fine, and dwelling on such things is not productive in the least. Why don't we discuss a happier subject, like your long-awaited bonus?
We drafted the coffers to fund your expedition, but why settle for coin when you can have your very own little automaton technology? That's right, we're gifting you a premium mammoth, one-of-a-kind master model for the merchandise copies, constructed with our patented ironworks quality. I present to you the Clockwork Alpha.
Alright. Although I only use the Palico. It's just being Palico for life.
Whenever you bring it on your travels, may it remind you of a real alpha, quaying along under some distant sky. Just as you thought it brings you a smile on my face. That and free advertising.
Alright, well, this has been the Omega Raids. After this next episode will be us busy eating. That's the name. We'll be resuming our post. We'll be starting the post Stormblood story, where we start transitioning and finishing up, wrapping up plot lines, and then getting ready for Shadowbringers. So I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, with that, till next time.